Hello, hello. We are back for another week. BIA Tip of the Day. I'm just going to share this per usual. I hope you had an amazing Monday, an amazing weekend, wherever you may be living. I hope you're not caught up in the snow. I am currently back home. I am um, visiting my family, hence the different scenery. But I'm so grateful to be back. Okay, what is going on? There we go. Okay. All right. Anywho, all right. So I hope you all are doing great. Let's get into it. So for today, our tip of the day is on organization, the importance of documents. So, why is organization important? It helps you to create structure within your business, within your home, your everyday life, whatever that looks like for you. Wherever you are, whatever you got going on in life, right? Organization is going to look different for you, but it is still very important in whatever area of your life. Organization is highly important. It is key. It doesn't matter what it looks like for you. The intent should always be the same in regards to organization, to keep things in order. That should always be your intent, to keep things in order. The way that I'm just going to read this. I see organization as a life raft to use whether you are in a kiddie pool, the deep end of a pool, or the raging sea. No matter where you are in life, organization will help you to stay afloat. Whether you are in a stable place, right? You can stand up on your own. If you're in a kiddie pool, you don't really need help necessarily to stand up. But there's nothing wrong with having extra support. There's nothing wrong with having something to help keep you stay planted and standing up in the way that you need to be. If you're in the deep end of the pool, and make sure that you don't drown, that you don't go too far down, that you're not going to a place where you can't get out of. And if you're in the raging sea, it will help you so that you have something, right? You're not just out there by yourself trying to float when there's waves coming, right? It helps you to stay afloat. So that is how I see organization. It is important, it is necessary, and it will keep you from feeling like you've barely accomplished your task, or you have no space to breathe, to being able to complete things on time, do them with ease, or have a sense of accomplishment. So, why are documents important when it comes to organization? They help you keep all your data stored in one place, which is key. It helps you to keep all of your things right where it needs to be. Instead of having something over here and something over here, you can keep everything that you need in one location as it pertains to certain subjects, right? That is highly important. It houses the big things to the small things and helps you keep every bit of information you need in a safe place, in a safe location, in somewhere that you can easily access, right? Whatever your level of organization is, it doesn't matter as long as you have a foundation. A foundation is key for organization because it allows you to build off of something. If you have no sense of organization and you just kind of do everything at any time whenever you feel like it, right? You're not allowing yourself to be able to build and to improve and to grow, and then to allow yourself to go from having things in a chaotic space to having things in a place where you can easily access something. A foundation is key. Even if it's a foundation in something simple, start there and then build up and get to the place that you want to get so that you feel that you are as organized as you can possibly be. For one of the organizations that I work with, we were applying for grants, and I had to create different documents, different folders in Google so that we could access everything at any point and any time that we needed to. I had documents, folders, I mean, that were for specifically applying to grants, then specific grants that we were applying for, and what that looked like, a different to do list, different tasks, right? Different documents in different places that house all the necessary information in order to apply for those grants. And it helps make everything easier, not just for the other people who are doing a little bit more in depth work, but it helped me as well. If I needed to access something for somebody, I was able to just easily pull it out and say, yes, this is what you're looking for. This is what is needed. This is everything that we already have in order to apply for these grants. It helps you to keep your life organized. It helps you to keep your day to day function in the way that it needs to function. Because without organization, you just you're really just gonna be floating and just trying to figure everything out. And sometimes that can seem like, oh, I know where everything is because it's just, I know I have things floating over here and I have things floating over here. But you get to see just how well you can function, just how well your business can grow and expand when you have things organized because you're not relying off of, if I remember this thing, right? You're going based off of the different systems that you created for yourself. So, how to implement documents. One of the first ways is to write it down. Write it down somewhere, anywhere, right? Whether you're using a computer or pen and paper, write down and organize your thoughts and what needs to be done. It doesn't matter how insignificant you might feel it is. It doesn't matter if it's something so big that you think that you're going to remember. Write it down. Write it down. I have so many notes of things that are just so minute, but I make sure that I have it written down so I don't forget it. If you need to remind yourself that at 3 o'clock you need to walk your dog because this is the time that works best for them, write it down, right? Don't try and go off of memory, right? We're talking about organization, how it can keep you organized. If you know that this is what serves your dog best, then this is the time that you need to do it. So you want to make sure that you have it set someplace that you can see it and someplace that is going to be easy for you to access it to make sure that that task gets done, right? Writing things down is not only necessary for legal reasons, but it just helps you overall to remember. Legally, there are things that you're going to have to make sure that you have written. You don't want nobody saying that they didn't find this, they didn't do that. You want to make sure that you have everything written down from the top to the bottom. Everything that you can think of, you want to make sure that it's written down. But again, on the just the everyday life side, it will help you to keep things in perspective and keep things in their proper place. You want to be able to trace what you are doing, what you have accomplished, what you have agreed to, whatever needs to get done. You want to keep that stored in a place for you because overall it's going to make your life better. You're going to notice how you are able to get more things done because believe it or not, when you're organized, even if you have systems in place that you just automatically do, when you keep yourself organized and set in some sort of structure, you allow yourself to be able to veer off when you need to get other things done instead of just feeling like I have to be designated to this one thing because this is, you know what I mean, like you're giving yourself space to flow as you need to flow because you've given yourself that structure. And as things come up, you're going to do whatever you need to do, but you have that already set for you. It's already predetermined what you're going to get done at a certain time, what needs to be done, what has to be done, right? While there are times where we'll have to go off of memory or our creative instincts, there is nothing wrong with putting things down on literal or virtual paper. There is nothing wrong with it. I was speaking with someone earlier, and during a consultation, and I was sharing how when it comes to creating content, we feel like we have to just automatically know what we're supposed to be posting and when we're supposed to be posting. Listen, not everybody is a natural content creator. Not everybody can just think of something off the top of their head. They can't just look at something and be able to say, okay, this is what I'm going to create right now and just do it, right? Sometimes you're going to have to write down what that looks like. What sort of content do I want to create? What who am I trying to reach? What is the intent of what I'm creating? What kind of content is it going to be? Is it going to be a video? Is it going to be a post? Am I just going to go live? Right? There are different ways that you can create that content. But if you have it written down, instead of trying to go off of an instinct, which again, there are going to be times when you're going to have to go off an instinct, but you might not have that. That might be something that you're gaining or learning, or you just might be in a season where it's not coming to you as quickly as it used to. It's okay to write down, this is what I want my content to look like. This is where I want to go with it. This is the timeline that I have that I want to make sure that I push that out. It's okay to do that. Not everything has to be off of memory. Not everything has to just be something that you just know to do and you just do it. Sometimes it can help you to grow, it can help you to improve by having it organized and writing it down so that you know this is what I'm trying to accomplish, this is what I need to do. Use the tools that you have. Another one is to schedule times to go over your documents, your notes, your tasks, whatever that looks like for you. Have a document or a place you can go to that includes everything you need to go over and review. Set a calendar reminder for yourself once a week, once a month, every quarter, whatever timeline you need to do that for you, where you're reminding yourself to look at the important tasks that you have. It's simple, but it will help you to remember. Use different notes or different apps that you have where you can add and create a list of everything that you're going to need to review or go over or attend to. Write down on a note somewhere in a place that you will remember. Don't put it in a place where you're going to forget, but you can write down all the different things that you need to look for, all the things that you need to do, all the things that you need to create, all the things that you need to buy. We have a list at home for different items that we need to go grocery shopping for. That's helping yourself to be organized. It's not necessarily related to business, but that's related to your life and it will impact your business because if you don't eat, well, it's going to impact anything and everything that you do. In doing this, you are making sure your bases are covered and nothing gets missed to the best of your ability. You can't, control everything. You can't make sure everything is every single dot is I is dotted, every single T is crossed. Sometimes you might miss it, right? But to the best of your ability, make sure that everything is tended to the way that it needs to be tended to. Be specific with these reminders. This is important. Be as specific as possible. If you need to make sure you know where that document is, what it looks like, add that. It really is important because when something is out of sight and out of mind, it will impact you and how you perceive a thing, how you remember a thing. But if you use the different systems and tools that you have to make sure that you not only remember to look at it, but remember why you're looking at it and the importance of it, you're helping to keep yourself organized on a next level. Because I can put down, look up, I don't know, look up workout document. Okay, which one? What date? What specifically am I trying to look up? Right? That will help you to stay focused on what it is that you need to accomplish so that you're not just spiraling and going through all these documents that aren't relevant to what you need to look for, but now you have specifically what you're looking for and why. And you'll find that it'll be easier for you to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. For example, if there is a contract that you have that you need to update, if you don't get it updated in time, then now when you go to send out the contract, it doesn't have the correct information in there, and now you may potentially lose a client or lose out on money because that document wasn't updated. Or you updated a document, but it wasn't the right document because you have more than one saved, right? Be as specific as possible. Again, the tips that I shared, they're not just for your business, they're not just for your organization, but it's for your everyday life as well. They apply to you holistically. If you have a doctor's appointment and you need to contact your doctor by a certain date to establish things, and you wrote it down, but you put it somewhere and you didn't remind yourself to go look for it or to remember that it even exists, now you've missed contacting your doctor, you've missed the appointment, and the next availability is months away, right? It helps you in every area of your life to write it down, to have it before you, to schedule reminders to remember. And it seems redundant, but baby, let me tell you, set as many reminders as possible to help you to remember to get done what you need to get done because your future self will thank you. Your future self will absolutely thank you for remembering exactly what you needed to get done and how long it needs to get done and all the details that are necessary. Because we remember in the moment what needs to get done, and we can easily say, okay, I need to do this, I need to call this person by that time, but I also have to remember to dial this when I call because write all these little details. But if you don't write all that information down so that when you go to actually do that task, you might forget. If you are someone like me, you might have a lot of documents. You're organized, but you have a lot of stuff because you want to make sure you get everything. This system will help you because you will know specifically what you need to look for instead of remembering, oh, there was a contract that I need to look up, and then trying to remember who the contract was for, why it needs to be updated, right? It allows you to better or best determine specifically what needs to be updated and why. So that you're not scrambling through all of your contracts that you have to try and determine which one needs to be updated. Now you're trying to compare and contrast. Okay, this one says 450, that one says 350, but this one also says 250. It's too much, right? Now you're just overwhelming yourself. But this will help you to make sure that you specifically know what it is. Title your documents properly so that you know what you're looking for. Don't title them all the same. Have something different in there. Or if it needs to be titled the same for whatever reason, have something specifically in the document that stands out that you can save so that you can make sure you can find it easily. And if you don't have a lot of documents or you're just getting started, this is important because it will help you to keep organized and reduce any confusion and any misplaced information that you might have anywhere. Instead of trying to assume that you know what you're talking about or assume where you think that document is, if you use this system and schedule time for you to remember or write a note for you to remember, then it will be easier for you to find what you're looking for instead of having to scramble over time. And so the last thing I have is to give yourself grace. This is something I'm learning a lot of right now. Even the most organized people have times when they feel overwhelmed, when they don't know what's going on, when they're struggling, trying to find stuff. They have everything organized, but it's still too much. It doesn't matter what level of organization you feel like you're at, everyone has moments when it gets overwhelming. Being organized does not mean that you are void of running into issues, needing help, or feeling overworked at times. Being organized does give you the space to reduce and potentially eliminate stressors, and that's important. You can't dictate everything that's going to happen, everything that comes your way. You can't stop everything. You can be as organized as possible and life will still life. But do the very best that you can with what you have and set yourself up to succeed. Set yourself up to be able to flourish with the different systems that you have created for yourself that, again, will not just apply to you in one area of your life, but in all facets of your life, so that you're not just out here just functioning and existing, but you're really thriving. Take the pressures off to be perfect. You do not have to have it all together, and you do not need to be like somebody else. You are perfectly fine the way that you are. You don't need to try and set up things so that, you watch someone else on TikTok and you see how they do it and you want to have it exactly like them, and because it doesn't fit theirs to a T, now you feel like you're insignificant. You don't have to be like anybody else. You need to do what works for you. But what you do need to do is try. Stop trying to be perfect and start trying. Even if you're trying and you have systems in place and you have organization down to a T, but it's not working for you right now, it's okay to revamp. It's okay to adjust. That is perfectly fine. But try somewhere, because an unorganized life will just lead to chaos, and it won't just trickle in one area, it will spiral down to everything else, because you can't remember to feed the cat on time, you can't remember to pick up your kid on time, you can't remember that assignment that's due, because now your mind is just all over the place. It's something that's simple but makes such a huge impact in our day-to-day lives. So do whatever you can, but give yourself grace and know that wherever you are, whether this is something that's new to you, something you're trying, something you've done your entire life, give yourself grace. You're learning, you're growing, life changes constantly. We're going with the flow, but you've got this. You've got this and you can do it. I believe in you, and I believe that you will accomplish everything that you need to accomplish and be the best organized version of yourself that you can be. If this is an area that you need help in, motivation in, an area that you're starting in, you can always schedule a consultation with me and I will be here to help. If you need me to help create a document for you, if you want me to help just give you a little boost and sit down with you for what you have and help you to understand what you need to improve on, whatever it is, I got you. Schedule a consultation and I will be here to help you in whatever way that looks like. And that is that on that. If you have any questions, you can comment below. If by the time you ask a question and the live's over, I will get back to you. You can always DM me. You can always, again, just comment at a later time. It doesn't matter when. And I will get back to you. But I'm here to support you. I'm here to help you. And again, I know that you can do this and I know that you will succeed. So that is all I have for you all today. And here we go. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope that you continue to shine. I hope that you continue to realize just how amazing you are, how much you've already done, and how much more greatness is inside of you. So, be you, shine bright, and I will see you all not next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday at 2 p.m. Bye.